Hi, Pleximus here with another episode of Minecraft, all the mod 7 to the sky. And in this episode, I want to get started with integrated dynamics. Integrated dynamics is an extremely powerful mod. I've spent in other mod packs, I've spent hours in solving one of the most complex processes and automate these processes. But I really believe if you know and understand the basics, so the very, very simple stuff, it can be extremely helpful and it can solve a lot of problems with very little resources. What we want to achieve today is to build a storage system where we will have all the chests in the background covered and also including all of the drawers. So that would be a fantastic a baseline for us to get going with crafting. Okay, with that, let's start with integrated dynamics. And if you want to have a look to check out all of the items that we have for integrated dynamics, you will find out very soon there is one resource that is needed almost for all of the different items that we have in this mod, and it's crystallized mineral chunks. So that's really, really important. How do we get that? We have to build a squeezer and have to squeeze the logs from the mineral tree. So the beginning of all of that is you take some leaves, put it through some meshes, doesn't matter which kind of mesh it is, and you should have a 20% chance of getting a mineral sapling. Now, you take the mineral sapling. First of all, let me quickly go to sleep because, again, Rian is not there, so the phantoms are coming. It will be not very good for us. So you take the mineral sampling, and before you do that, you can put it directly on dirt, but as you can see, it won't grow. So you have to put it on grass. If you put it on grass, you will see it's immediately growing. And now we're trying to get as many as possible. Yeah, quite big trees. Let me harvest some of them. I probably do it. No, let's get up here. Okay. Now that should be enough. All good. So, now the reason why we did that is the important stuff for us is the mineral logs. Okay. And what we got is some crystalline mineral chunks. That's good for the beginning, but that's by far not enough. And some other saplings. So if you need more logs, that could probably be very much the case. You will put that on and do the same again. And you will also get mineral berries. So these berries are very good food. So if you need to eat something, take the berries. That's absolutely great. Now, what are we doing with the logs? I told you before, we need something like a squeezer, and then we have to squeeze the logs, and we will generate with the squeezer some resin and put the resin in the drying basin. Then we will get a block of crystallized mineral chunk. So let's build the squeezer. You will see it's a very easy recipe. Do we have a block of, so we need iron, sticks, and planks. Let me check if we have some iron here. Yep. Okay. So we said a block of iron. And then we should have everything else for the squeezer. No, we don't. Now we have the squeezer. Okay. And then we need the drying basin. Now, here's one thing. For the drying basin, we need black dye. Now, I checked in that mod. It doesn't look very easy to get the black dye. How I would do that is I would go into just a little tip into Botania. if you look at the floral fertilizer, let me quickly show you. The floral fertilizer, it doesn't matter what kind of dye combined with bone meal. So we should have a lot of that already. So if you look here in our resources, let's take 8 bone meals, and then what we will do, we could use lapis for the blue ones, but we could also use the apatite, because normally you don't use that for anything else. So we first take the apatite, make out the cyan, then we're going into the floral fertilizer, and now we have floral fertilizer. What we also need is some shears. Let me quickly show you. So the thing is, you go over to your grass and you throw on the floral fertilizer. What's happening here is it will generate mystical flowers for you. Let me do that again, because what we're looking for is really is black, because we need the black dye. Not very lucky. Come on. We have gray. We are getting almost everything. Oh, now we got the black one. You see? Mystical black flower. Okay, let's stop there. Let's put that away. Let me also put away the other stuff. I don't think we have enough space. So we have the mystical flower, okay? One black one. What we can do right now is craft the mystical flower into the petals that you normally will use in Botania. Now we have 2 petals, okay, from out of 1 flower. Now let's count. We put that on the grass. You can see a little bit of a glow here. Yeah, what we need is more bone meal. Sorry for that. Okay, it should be more than enough. So we see the glow. Here we put on the petal. Now I'm just taking 1 so that you can really see. We had 2 at the beginning. 2 petals, 2 black petals. Now I'm shearing the tall one here. Take the tall mystical black flower, and now I'm getting out 4. So as you can see, I started off with 2, now I have 4, and if you take the shears, you're generating more and more black petals, and with that you can take the petals, put that on here, and you directly will get black dye. So we have the 2 black dyes that we need. That's great. Without any big complications. Let me see if I can put that in here. Not really everything. Okay, let's put all of that away. Great. Now we can craft our drying basin. And what I will also need is a pressure plate. Let's go for a pressure plate. Yeah, perfect. Now, what we need to do, let's do that over here. First, we need the squeezer. Okay, we put the squeezer down. And when you look at the squeezer, there is a line in there. So just imagine we will afterwards put the log in here, then we will squeeze it down and it will generate resin. And the resin has to flow somewhere and it will flow in this line. So if you put on the drying basin, if you add the drying basin, it should be either on this side or on that side. The reason that then the resin can flow over into the basin. Now, what you do here is put the log underneath in the squeezer, and then you make a jumpy. And that's it. As you can see here, we now have the resin in there, and in a few seconds, it's converting. And what we have is a block of crystallized mineral that we then can craft into mineral chunks, and this is the one that we need. Now, we should do that several times. And how can we get the squeezer up? Well, the easiest way is if you have the pressure plate on the side, you do it with the pressure plate because what the squeezer really needs is just a redstone signal. That's it. Okay, let me do that a few times and then I come back to you. Okay, so I've done this 9 times right now. That should be enough. Let's start crafting. Now, the first thing that I want to craft, of course, are the logical cables. So what we need here is the crystallized metal in chunks, the sticks, and the redstone. And okay, let me quickly make some sticks. We do have redstones, and I would say, oh, my bad, sorry. Okay, now let's say 12. One more. Of course, I need sticks. Okay, so we have 15 cables, that should be fine. Then I want to craft some item interfaces, and what we need that for, I will explain in a few minutes. But at the end of the day, what an item interface is, it's an interface from the dynamics, from the integrated dynamics network into an inventory. Most of the time it will be a chest or something similar, but not always, not necessarily. I'm just thinking how many. Let's go for 8. We have 8 of these. Now, the biggest step and the most important thing right now for our storage solution is the storage terminal. So what are we missing here? Almost everything. Oh, first let's go for the mineral glass. That should be easy. We need a glass and we need a log again. How we are doing that, we first put in the glass in the basin, and then we are doing exactly the same what we have done before. Make some jumpy. Perfect. And you see how the resin is going into the glass, and if it's done, it should be mineral glass. As you can see here, we got some mineral glass. Perfect, good. Now, what else do we need? Mineral glass. We need the input and output variable. For that, we need some pistons. Okay, we can put in, so we can do some piston. And we need variable cards. Very cheap, 24 with just 1 craft, that's good. We are getting 4 output. Fantastic. Here we need 2, I think. Where's the second one? Okay. Nice, we have the display panel. What else? We need the input variable. Okay. And the only thing that we are missing here is a sticky piston. And this is one of the items that could you make some trouble or some, yeah, at least the difficulty. Normally how you would do that is with a slime ball, and there are several ways in all the mod 7 to the sky how you can get a slime ball, but I want to show you a very specific way here today. And this is, as you can see, you can also use that with an ender slime ball. And I have checked that before, and I've even crafted one. We have the market in there. And the market is logs, planks, red wool. I think very, very easy to get. The red dye, either you can get that from, as I've done it before with Potenia, so should not be a big deal. The red wool, string, wool, or everything fine. Then you will get the market. Now, because we have a lot of emeralds already, let me put the market somewhere. Yeah, let's put it here. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Hello, Mr. Salesperson. And if you look in there, let's go for slime. The first thing you can see, we have the Ender Slime sapling in the market. So we take one. And we also have, just for the funsies, a slimy seed. Yeah, that's okay. One should be enough. Now, if you look at the Ender Slime sapling, it says only grows on slimy dirt or grass. Now, the funny thing is, I'm pressing the right mouse button here. It's not going on dirt, but it's also not going on grass. So that's the reason why I bought the slimy seeds too, because I put the slimy seed on there. Mr. Cow, can I please go somewhere else? Then I take my Ender sapling. Let's make it grow. And hopefully we get some things out there. Here it is. You can see even 2 Ender slime balls. That's fantastic. So make one more. I mean, it's not always a substitute for a slime ball. So we have 5. Should be good enough. Because I know that I'm screwing up some of the crafting recipes, I just wanted to make sure I have enough so I don't have to start again. Now that's great. Let's put that in some of the chests. But we need the Ender slime balls. So the reason why we wanted to have the Ender slime balls is for the input variable transformer, we need a sticky piston. So let's do a piston and the sticky piston. Then let's go for the input transformer, and finally we have our storage terminal. Now let the magic begin. Before that, let's go to sleep. So we have all these chests here, and wouldn't it be fantastic if we can have an overview and can craft out of all of these chests at once? So we don't have to open it, we don't have to look for the stuff that we need and put it all together. So that was the reason why I was doing 8 of these item interfaces. You just stick the item interface on the chest, doesn't matter where. You combine that with the cables. So for integrated dynamics, that's right now a network. That's all connected together. Now you take the storage terminal, put it somewhere on, and ta-da! You have a crafting terminal. And if you look at the item storage, you can access all of the items in these chests. Okay? And I think that's absolutely great. If you look at coal, it's even putting that all together. It's pretty much when you have an AE2 system, that's pretty much the same. You can change the grid size. I normally prefer a smaller one. You can synchronize with JEI. Very important if you look for something like cable. As you can see here, it's synchronizing. Fantastic. You can sort by different either by the name or by the item ID. Yeah, and the even better stuff is, let me see. Here, the even better stuff now is you have a complete crafting environment. So what you can do is craft directly out of here. So if you want to craft something like a drawer or a piston, you can go for the piston and you do it exactly the same as you would do it in an AE2 system. So absolutely powerful. And don't forget, really, you don't have any energy that's free of charge. We just made that in, I don't know, 10-15 minutes with the mandrill. One of the difficult thing was the slime, but that's it. And then you have such a powerful system that you can connect, and that we will connect in the next step here with the controller, and then we can access all of these drawers. Okay, so that's it for today, for this episode. If you have any question, please let me know in the comments down below. If you liked it, leave it a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.